Personal Branding Summit 2025, the rise of AI 2. Welcome to the Personal Branding Summit 2025, the rise of AI 2. Welcome to the 5th edition of Africa's #1 Global Summit on Personal Branding, the rise of AI 2. The Personal Branding Summit 2025, the rise of AI 2. AI is not just the future, AI is the now. Across every corner of the globe, nations like Japan, China, Saudi Arabia, the USA are seizing its power, transforming industries and revolutionizing our way of life. Africa will not be left behind. We are rising. Welcome to Africa's #1 Global Summit on Personal Branding with the theme, The Rise of AI 2. Speaking, Otombo Vincent, Paco Mushaga, Henriette Mugisa, Ayeni Wura Ogunbola, George Ta, Emeka Ebeniro. Date, February 26 and 27. Time, 6 p.m. GMT. To register, visit pbsglobal.xyz. The Personal Branding Summit 2025, the rise of AI 2. The Personal Branding Summit 2025, the rise of AI 2.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. It's day 2 of the 5th edition of Africa's #1 Global Summit on Personal Branding, and I'm excited because we still have a lot in store for you. Today, I'll be taking over from Kembili. My name is Andy Limefo, and I'll be your host today alongside Emeka Ebeniro. Day 1 was wonderful. Some of our speakers took the floor, and it was an exciting session. If you missed it, you can always watch it on our YouTube page. Today, the last 3 speakers would be taking the floor to teach and guide us on building a brand and infusing AI into the mix. I don't know about you, but I'm set and ready to learn from these beautiful minds who have done it before and are willing to guide us through the process. Sit tight and enjoy the summit. Over to you, Emeka.
The Personal Branding Summit 2025, the Personal Branding Summit 2025, the rise of AI 2.
Hello. Welcome to the second day of the 5th edition of Africa's #1 Global Summit on Personal Branding. My name is Emeka Ebeniro, your co-host for today alongside Adelaide Fo. We are super excited to have you here wherever you're joining us from Nigeria, Ghana, South Africa. If you're in Europe, if you're in the UK, US, wherever you're joining us from, welcome. And as you know, it could be morning where you are, but it's evening where we are. But we would like to thank you for spending your time with us and being here today. Today is going to be an amazing time because I have great speakers all lined up to take us on a journey of how they are changing their narrative, building brands that are truly influential, and most of all, how they are infusing and leveraging AI to build these brands. I am not alone today. Alongside myself, you'll be hearing from George Ta and Ayeniwura Ogunbola. That was a tongue twister. And Ayeniwura Ogunbola. And these guys will be sharing some insightful things that will really shift your mindset and help you look at your brand and business from a different point of view. We have been on this journey for the past 5 years, and we are not stopping now. We are going higher and higher, taking the bar, raising the bar, and what we want to do is even take it even further. But I'm not going to be letting the cat out of the bag because before we end today, I have a huge announcement for you. something we've been cooking for a while now, and I'll be sharing that as we move along. Once again, my name is Emeka Ebeniro, the convener of Africa's #1 Global Summit on Personal Branding. And my personal story has been that we've always wanted to display Africa in a different light, and that is why we have this year's summit. We've been doing this for so long, and we always wanted, okay, how can we tell the African story from a different perspective? What the world knows of Africa or African brands is really not what it is, and that's why we have this platform. However, these African brands have gone beyond their borders to other parts of the world to really shine bright. And you'll be hearing from them today. It's not planned. Don't think we all planned it, but don't worry. You'll be hearing from these other speakers today. So what I want you to do right now is I want you to share this link with someone around you. If you're watching on YouTube, share this link with someone. If you're watching on LinkedIn, share this link with someone. Let people know that something amazing is going to happen. And trust me, at the end of today's conference or at the end of today, you'll be glad you came because you're going to leave with so much insight, nuggets, and strategies that will help you build your business, career, and also life. So without further ado, we're going to be going straight right into it. I'm not going to be talking so much. I'll be going straight into it. We'll be presenting some of the things we've been able to do on the Personal Branding Summit. And one of it is we've been having several interventions. One of those interventions is the Personal Branding Masterclass. This masterclass happen in different regions in Africa. And we use this to help people, young people, embrace their personal brands, and most importantly, since our focus is the rise of AI, learn how to use AI to grow their business, to grow their careers, and become more productive and increase in performance. And that's what we've been able to do. So while we go on this short break, when we come back, you'll be watching a short clip on what happened at the last masterclass that we had on the personal branding in Nigeria. So we'll be back after this short break.
The Personal Branding Summit 2025, the rise of AI 2.
My name is Basisi Oluwaseun. I am a project manager, a digital marketing specialist, and I am one of the facilitators of the Personal Branding Masterclass, where we taught the people about the importance of branding. Further emphasize the importance of branding, we brought in Careers with She, a senior HR specialist, where she emphasized the strategies for exponential growth for business, career, and even in life.
The Personal Branding Masterclass, I would say, is a very expository platform. Yeah, it was a great session today. Right now, the young ones of the generation, they are very opportune to have a lot of information to them, unlike when it was my time when we were growing up. So there's a lot of opportunity and lessons for you to pick from it, so you can avoid mistakes and actually turn out much more better than you can ever imagine.
I've learned a lot from this workshop. It has helped me understand the power of networking and having to be able to build your brand.
The most important thing I got was the fact that when you are talking about personal branding, what should come to your mind is how do you want people to view your brand if your brand was a person. And that was a very big one for me, because you have to now start seeing your brand through the lens of the people that view you.
The thing that really hit home for me today was when she was talking about brand and the perception that we give people online and offline. That it's not just influencers or social media managers or celebrities that need to have a brand image. Everyday people need to have a brand image, because people see you and automatically they can already sense the kind of person you are, and that's because of the image you're putting out there.
We also had Mr. Emeka Ebeniro, the convener of the PBS, where he spoke about the role of AI in making your task simpler and seamless.
Do you see yourself as someone that is moving forward and leveraging technology?
Talking about the last session, the session with Mr. Emeka, I believe that was the icing on the cake for me, because I've been using technology. I use Canva, I use CapCut, I use other AI tools, InVideo.ai. But then hearing him talking about all the other AI tools just made me see the possibility of simplifying the things I do and exploring technology to work faster, work easier. And I believe that going on from now, I would maximize these tools to be more productive.
I can tell for a fact that they've learned a lot of things and they're going to apply these things that they've learned. I am looking forward to seeing their growth, and I'm looking forward to basically hearing how that they've grown exponentially in their businesses, career, and even in life.
AI is not just the future. AI is the now. Across every corner of the globe, nations like Japan, China, Saudi Arabia, the USA are seizing its power, transforming industries and revolutionizing our way of life. Africa will not be left behind. We are rising. Welcome to Africa's #1 Global Summit on Personal Branding, with the theme, The Rise of AI 2. Speaking, Otombo Vincent, Paco Mushaga, Harriet Mugisa, Ayeli Wura Ogunbola, George Ta, Emeka Ebeniro. Date, February 26 and 27. Time, 6 p.m. GMT. To register, visit pbsglobal.xyz. The Personal Branding Summit 2025, The Rise of AI 2.
It's time. It's time for the main event. Each speaker will now take the floor one at a time. Yesterday, we learned from 3 brilliant people. Today is not going to be any different. Ladies and gentlemen, get comfortable and join me to welcome our first speaker for today, Emeka Ebeniro.
Emeka Ebeniro is a seasoned professional in the field of marketing, AI, and technology, with 15 years of experience in integrated marketing technology and product development. Throughout his journey, Emeka has worked with major telecommunications companies, including MTN, Airtel, and Globalcom. His expertise has also been valuable to nonprofit organizations, notably the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation and the Society for Family Health. Beyond his professional pursuits, Emeka is a driving force for innovation. He is the convener of Africa's #1 Global Summit on Personal Branding and actively contributes to the Scottish tech ecosystem through his involvement with Creed Aberdeen and Startup Grind Scotland. Recognized for his contributions, Emeka is a member of Forbes BLK and has been nominated for the Black Scottish Awards, Limitless Awards, among others. Recently, Emeka founded Trellian, an AI-powered system helping businesses increase operational efficiency and profitability. With his unique blend of technical knowledge, business acumen, and social awareness, Emeka Ebeniro continues to make significant strides in the fields of AI and technology, solidifying his position as a leader and innovator in the industry. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Emeka Ebeniro.
The Personal Branding Summit 2025, The Rise of AI 2.
Thank you so much. Welcome once again to Africa's #1 Global Summit on Personal Branding. I'm super excited to have you here. Once again, my name is Emeka Ebeniro, the convener and also your first speaker for day 2. It's going to be an amazing time because I'm going to be taking you on a journey and I want you to be right here with me. And today I'm talking about how you can use AI to build your personal brand and also become a digital entrepreneur. Now, what if I told you that you can use AI, just like I said, to leverage, you can leverage AI to become a digital founder or a digital entrepreneur? Now, for a lot of people, one of the biggest mistakes that they face or the biggest hurdle that they have is, how can I use AI to build my business? How can I use AI to grow my career? And most importantly, how can I use AI to make money online? So many people out there have never made money online. The only way they've made money is through either their 9 to 5 or their brick and mortar business. However, in 2025 and moving to 2030, according to reports and even reports and articles I have also contributed to, we are seeing that AI and data are becoming the two biggest skills that we have in 2025 and beyond. And it's important because this is one way that we can use these skills to grow our business and our brand. Ladies and gentlemen, what I want you to do right now is I want you to sit tight. I want you to get a pen and paper, and I want you to get ready because I'm taking you on a journey on how you can use AI to become a digital entrepreneur. And at the end of this, I'm going to share with you a roadmap of what you need to do and how you can get started. Now, let me tell you a quick story. Before I go into the story, do you know that about 75% of content that is made right now in 2025 as we speak are all AI generated? Yes, you and I use ChatGPT to create content. You and I use all the other LLMs, which is DeepSeek, Llama, and all the other large language models to create content. And possibly you're using Grammarly to clean up your content and possibly even generate content. Now, that is what we are seeing right now in 2025. By 2030, it would even become bigger. Another thing that we are seeing is there's so much adoption of AI content. And you can even see that from the Personal Branding Summit of how we've been able to integrate AI to give you an amazing experience. And I'm sure some of you are like, I've never seen this before. Yes, this is a first time where we have AI generated speakers and presenters alongside human speakers and presenters, and that is what the future is going to look like. We're getting into a future whereby human and artificial intelligence will work together to form a really immersive ecosystem whereby you and I would have our own AI avatars or AI assistants or AI agents that will work closely with us to make us more productive and more profitable. But this didn't start just like that. I want to tell you a story, and let me just put up my slides here. A few years ago, it wasn't like that. Just like you, a few years ago, I was working at a marketing communications company. Young chap, I'm still very young. Please don't look at me like I'm still very young. Young chap working at the marketing communications company with a lot of ambition, with a lot of drive. And I wanted to make a difference in the world, but I didn't know where to start and what to do. I managed so many projects. We won so many awards. Things were moving fast. Things were moving good. Yes, there was. And then we had the economic crunch where it was like, things became really tight. At some point, the company couldn't pay salaries as well as the company was going to pay salaries. And this was going to affect us. And, it got to the point I began to realize, like, okay, is this all there is? Like, can't I do more with my life? I was seeing people doing well, either getting promoted, moving into other industries, and most importantly, began their online journey. They started to make money online. And I'm like, something is wrong. Like, I deserve this. And some of us feel that way. We have more to offer. There's more to us, but we've not been able to crack this online code of making money through the internet where people can see our product or service, or we are trying to have a startup and people are seeing what we are putting out there and they're buying into our values and buying into our philosophy and buying into our brand. Something needs to change, something needs to give. And it's like, what's going on? And that was my story. What made it worse for me was when COVID hit, 2020 pandemic, COVID hit, and it was like everything changed. Like, would there ever be a time where things would just move smoothly? You're going from one economic crutch to one, the market is not good, to now COVID, and this time around you cannot go out. And at the time, I was working with a marketing company focused on events, and I was working as a project manager, also doubling as a marketing executive, and focused on event marketing and event planning and execution. And then COVID hit. We couldn't promote events, we couldn't organize events, we couldn't do anything. And the question is that all there is to me? Am I going to get stuck in this rut of not trying, of not being able to do more? Am I going to just sit down at home and scroll through my social media and just wonder, like, God, is this all there is? Like, what can I do? And that is when I now started to understand this whole system of making money online. And if you remember, during COVID was when we had platforms like this that we're using to stream. We had conferences like this. During COVID was when platform Zoom, pretty much the share price of Zoom skyrocketed because everybody started virtual meetings. During COVID was when Teams started becoming a thing. During COVID was when a lot of conferencing, virtual meetings, virtual workspaces, and even during COVID, if you remember, for those of us that remember Clubhouse, I don't know if anybody here remembers Clubhouse. During COVID was also when Clubhouse now kind of like became a thing, and everyone was having conversations, building community on Clubhouse. And because we needed places, and even Twitter Spaces, we needed places where people could gather and people could work together and people could feel like, oh yeah, this thing is actually working. And that was what I realized during COVID. And I'm like, Emeka, something has to change, because I felt lost. I felt like I couldn't do much. And some of us feel that way. We feel like we're not making enough progress, especially when it comes to online. It feels like we are trying too hard and nothing seems to be working. And we're seeing people go viral. We're seeing people start and launch products. We're seeing people do so many things. And that was when I now realized, okay, something is wrong. Something is wrong. I need to figure this out. And I now finally figured it out. I figured it out. I was able to crack the code. And not only that, I began to work on this thing that I'd figured out. And I now developed it so much so that this framework, I've used it to help other coaches, consultants, and even organizations I've worked with and in. I've helped them build so much credibility, build their online presence, increase and generate more revenue by using this same framework. Well, I'm going to be sharing that framework with you as I move along. And this framework, I call it, and I'll be walking you through this framework. I call it the Digital Founder System, and this is what it's all about. So the Digital Founder System, I don't know if you can see it clearly, but the Digital Founder System, it's a 6-part framework that helps you understand, how you can build any brand anywhere in the world. And I'm talking about making money online, building your own startup, having a coffee shop, whatever you do. This is the system that you're going to use to scale it. And I'll be walking you through it quickly. First, one of the most important things you need to understand is if you want to grow a business online, the first thing you need to focus on is you need to have an element of automation. This is where all the manual things you do in your business, or even you as a career professional, you automate them. Things as simple as automating your emails so that you don't keep sending emails all the time. Just like what we did for this conference, we're able to reach out to people, run ads, get people's attention, get them to register, send them an automated confirmation email, and then send them reminders to be here today. And that's why you're here today. All that was done through automation. Nobody went to the back and started sending emails to 100 or 200 or 1,000 people. No, we didn't do that. We set up a system, and then the system did the rest for us. That is what automation does. As little as automating your emails, as little as connecting automation tools between possibly your Facebook ad, your ads running, and then to your system at the back end that ties all this together. As little as automating, somebody reaches out to you and says, oh, they want to book on your calendar. You can automate that process. As little as automating your client onboarding. And I've seen that this automating all these things has helped a lot of businesses grow, including businesses I'm involved in. They have grown because right now, all we do is we look at the parts in our business that we don't need to do manually, and then we add automation into it. And this has scaled and saved us a lot of time. One of the businesses that I'm involved in, I also wear the hat of a program manager and coordinating things at Novate Hub, which is a CIC. And we have set up a system whereby when people want to collaborate with us or people want to reach out with us, they have to go through a form, and that form pushes it to the back end where the team sees it. And we now decide if this is a good fit for us to have a meeting. So imagine if we didn't have any way of interacting with people. That means every time someone reaches out, we are running and like, oh yeah, come. No, it doesn't work that way. You have to have some form of filtering people to know if that's a good fit, and that is automated. The response is automated. Our emails and newsletters are automated. Now, from automation, you now move into systemization. Now, what is systemization? Systemization pretty much is you systemizing your business. So you're looking at your entire business and how do you create systems that enable you structure your workflows. That is what systemization is all about. You need to automate and systemize. So automation is two platforms working together simultaneously. Systemization is structuring it. So what do you mean by that? What I simply mean by you systemizing it is you look at your entire business, you look at your entire work as a professional, and you ask yourself, what are the key areas in my work that I need to systemize? What do I need to do at point A, point B, and how can I batch it up and create systems that would enable me perform better? You could have system like we have. If you're part of the VIP, you must have gotten our digital OS, which is our operating system that helps you create a system from 5 a.m. when you wake up all the end to the end of the day. See, that's a productivity system we have there. We also have our tracker that helps you plan your entire work for the first 90 days. So imagine everything you need to do at the office for 90 days. Or if you're looking for a job, every activity you need to perform for 90 days straight to help you keep you on track. That is part of systemization. Then from there, you need to build your personal brand. So beyond automation, beyond systemization, you need to build your personal brand. And that is what this conference is all about, helping you build your personal brand. Because beyond automating things, beyond creating the right systems, if people don't know you, like you, and trust you, they wouldn't do business with you. So building your personal brand is a tool, is your superpower, is what would help you reach those sales targets. It's what will help you become a digital entrepreneur. Because once people start to know you, like you, and trust you, the next thing they want to do is they want to get in contact with you. So back to automation. They want to get in contact with you. You can automate your DM for each time they reach out for either a lead magnet or anything you're working on. They can get it automatically without you going back and typing the message to each person on the DM. That is part of, you need to build your personal brand, and having systems also reflects on your personal brand. Then from there, you need to create content. Every big brand out there, Bartlett, Alex Hormozi, Russell Brunson, Sir Richard Branson of Virgin Group, and every other person, sorry, I'm mixing the words here, and every other person out there creates content. Do you know why they create content? Because people trust people. So when the founder has a strong personal brand, it reflects on the product, the service, the startup, the business that they run. When people like the founder, they automatically like the startup, they automatically like the business. And that is why you see even Simon Squid of Help Bank, you see that people are dashing down to Help Bank because he understands this system. He understands this digital founder system of building a personal brand and creating content. And when you create content, people begin to explore and love you more because they can now relate with you. That is what would help you build your personal brand and help you build your system. And finally, monetization. And this is one area I see a lot of people don't know how to do. They might know how to create systems and automate a few things. They might know how to, show up online and they create a lot of content, possibly have over 2,000 or 5,000 or 10,000 followers, and possibly on LinkedIn, they have over 14,000 followers of connection. But one area that they miss it is monetization. They don't understand or know how to convert what they know into income. They don't know how to convert what they know into a community, and they don't know how to convert what they know into something sustainable. And you can't build any startup. No, I'm in the tech space. No matter how much you raise, if you don't know how to get your customers to pay you, your business will not survive. No matter how lovable, likable you are, if you don't know how to monetize your skills, your talent, nobody would buy from you. But guess what? There is a way around it. Using the digital founder system and with what I'm about to share with you would help you elevate your brand using AI. And what am I talking about? I'm talking about you becoming a digital founder using this proven system by starting by you building your first offer. And we have a first offer challenge, which we'll be sharing alongside our newsletter. So if you want to learn more about this, please check the comments, check your emails. We're putting out a link, click there. Join the newsletter where you'll be getting more details about the systems we use, how to automate, how to build your offer, and also be part of the Build Your First Offer challenge and course so that you can now become the AI-powered digital entrepreneur that you truly are. And I'm sure you're wondering, Emeka, this doesn't work for me. I do something else. I don't think I need to monetize my brand or myself. And the question I want to ask you is, how many times have people reached out to you for a certain thing? Do you work in an organization and maybe your colleagues or people outside the organization ask you, or in an industry, how did you get in? How are you successful? How come you're doing this? If people ask you such questions, then you know that you have something to give the world. I shared the video recently and I said the reason for me why I'm building my brand is not just because of the glamour, the fame, but because of legacy. I want my children and my children's children to look back and say, oh, dad and grandfather did a great thing. He was a speaker at the conference. He was part of those that built a platform for other speakers around the world to convene. Oh, he had his book, he did this, he did that, he had a YouTube channel where he shared his knowledge, he didn't give back. Why? That is legacy. I want them to be inspired by the things that I've done, even if I'm doing it afraid. And that's the same thing I want you to do. Building your brand, becoming a digital founder, or going into digital entrepreneurship is not only for you to make some money. Yes, you will make money. Yes, you will pay those bills. Yes, you will do that. But above all, it's for your legacy. People would buy your books. People will buy your courses. People would be able to tap into the wealth of knowledge that you have, and you might just be that bridge that takes them to where they are going. So what am I leaving you with? You have two choices. You can listen to this and not take any action, not join the newsletter, not find out more about how you can build your first offer, course, and challenge. Or you can decide that this is my time for me to truly thrive and become that digital founder that everyone is looking forward to. You know that people out there need you. They need your knowledge. They need your expertise. And this is your time for you to do that. So all I'm going to leave you with is, if that's you, you want to take the next step forward, start by joining the newsletter where you get all the information and get insight weekly on how you become that digital founder that the world truly needs. That has been my time. I look forward to seeing you at the other side, where we convey, where you have a lot of like-minded people, rub minds, and then we grow and become the best versions of ourselves. That's been my time, and thank you.
AI is not just the future. AI is the now. Across every corner of the globe, nations like Japan, China, Saudi Arabia, the USA are seizing its power, transforming industries and revolutionizing our way of life. Africa will not be left behind. We are rising. Welcome to Africa's #1 Global Summit on Personal Branding with the theme, The Rise of AI 2. Speaking, Otombo Vincent, Paku Mushaga, Henriette Mugisa, Ayeli Wura Ogunbola, George Ta, Emeka Ebeniro. Date, February 26 and 27. Time, 6 p.m. GMT. To register, visit pbsglobal.xyz. The Personal Branding Summit 2025, The Rise of AI 2. The personal The Personal Branding Summit 2025, The Rise of AI 2.
Welcome back from that short break. Before we continue, we want to thank our supporters. Personal Branding Summit, PBS, 2025 is powered by Trillion and supported by Indoors, Jambo Radio, Talent Expat, Ezioply AI, Connect Nigeria, Inside Business Africa, and Markely Hub. Up next is a video from one of our supporters.
The Personal Branding Summit 2025, The Rise of AI 2.
Are you a tech talent ready for your next big career move? Do you want the opportunity to showcase your skills and get hired on the spot by leading companies across Africa? The Talent Expert Solutions 24-hour hire-a-thon is your gateway to career acceleration. This is not just another job fair. This is a recruitment marathon, a high-impact, real-time hiring event designed to connect Africa's brightest tech minds with top organizations that are ready to hire immediately. Who should apply? We are looking for highly skilled tech talents and professionals in tech-adjacent roles across Africa, including, but not limited to, software development and engineering, front-end, back-end, full-stack, mobile development, data science and analytics, data engineers, machine learning experts, AI specialists, cybersecurity and cloud computing, UI, UX design and product design, DevOps and IT infrastructure, blockchain and Web3 developers, digital marketing and growth hacking, product and project management, in tech technical sales and tech recruitment, AI and automation specialists, tech support and IT specialists. How it works, register on our website, www.talentexpat.com. Submit your profile and showcase your skills. Get shortlisted and receive pre-event preparation materials. Join the live hire-a-thon, where companies will engage, assess, and hire on the spot. Why join? Fast-track your job search. Connect directly with hiring organizations. Showcase your expertise to top recruiters and decision-makers. Land your next role with companies actively hiring across Africa. Expand your network in the tech ecosystem. Application deadline, March 31st, 2025. Live event date, April 25th, 2025. Don't miss this opportunity to get hired and take your career to the next level. Apply now at www.talentexpat.com. Talent Expert Solutions, building futures, bridging gaps.
That last session was beautiful. I've learned so much already, and we're not even close to being done yet. Each new speaker comes with new insights and knowledge we never knew we needed to know. I don't know about you, but I'm happy I didn't miss the summit. Our next speaker will be taking the floor now. Ladies and gentlemen, join me to welcome George Tarr.
George Tarr is the founder of Jambo, a Scottish radio station for Black people based in Scotland. He is a qualified digital journalist with multimedia production skills and has extensive experience in social media, print, digital, and broadcast production and journalism. George is a technology and media entrepreneur, broadcast media professional, and community advocate. George Tarr has been nominated for and has won a few awards. In 2008, he was nominated for the Oxfam Media Awards 2009. In 2016, George won the Student Website and Publication of the Year at the Scottish Student Journalism (SSJA) Awards. He went on to win the Black Scottish Award Community Organization of the Year in 2023 for the empowerment and employment of Black creatives in Scotland. In 2024, George was nominated for the Black Scottish Awards Outstanding Contribution to the Black Community in Scotland. He has gone on to make a name for himself in Scotland as a community enthusiast, creative, and media expert. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome George Tarr.
The Personal Branding Summit 2025, the rise of AI 2.
Thank you very much, and good evening, everyone. Welcome. Thank you for joining us this evening, and for wherever you're joining us, whether whichever time zone you are in. And thank you, Emeka. A very special thank you to Emeka for organizing this. Emeka and his AI team for making this possible. So, as you heard, my name is George Tarr. I'm the creator and founder of Jambo Radio, and I'm really glad to be here. I've worked in the broadcast media space for over 10 years, and I've seen, the dramatic changes of technology, advancement, in digital age, and then we come in with the AI coming in now. So today I'm excited to explore with you how AI is just another trend, which is very powerful, and also how we can embrace it. Because I embrace that in my role, in all the things that I do. And we are in the midst of the complete digital transformation, basically, where AI is enhancing everything from which Emeka alluded on there, in terms of content creation, data analysis, and even making, games, all these changes that are happening, things that we would have perhaps look at it in a, say there's a traditional stuff they can't change, like playing cards. This time you can play cards on the on the digital spaces. So AI is here to empower us, and not replace the creativity and authenticity that define our personal narratives. Our stories are unique. Each and every one here, stories is unique, and it's how you relate that story to the audiences that you're speaking to, and how we put that story forward into the type of audience we choose to speak to, and wherever we are, and it's our narrative. It stays with you. So AI, you're not going to transform to become AI, but AI is there as an enhancer for that story to be quicker, to reach broader, because I'm sure it's very possible that we all want to share a story to reach to more audiences. My personal story, I like a lot of people to hear. I always share that all the time. But AI is there to enhance that ability to be able to spread that sort of information, my story, your story, and the story of each other, broader. So while it offers a lot of opportunity, again, I've watched some of the speakers in this summit so far give different observations. And my observation being in the media space, you're constantly thinking about the next new thing and how that's going to enhance. Then, for me, coming from a traditional journalist background, migrating into merging into digital space and how news and information is consumed these days, and then with the with the emergence of AI, I think it only helps for people to have control over their narratives. But we got to be very cautious as well that with those with that sort of tools being put into our hands, it is how we manage it. It is how I'm sure if I was to ask around the room how many people still watch television, I think most of us will still do watch, a movie on Netflix. You have it on your phone, you have it on your mobile devices, you have it everywhere. But I'm sure you really cherish or appreciate the moment that you sit down and have and perhaps with a just to chill, you're just watching something with a distance. So I still think like with the emergence of AI, those things are still part of the kind of culture. It's still part of the fabric of our kind of existence. So it's very important to be incorporating this as we go along, because we cannot I cannot emphasize it more, but we cannot avoid the advances of technology, and AI being a thing that is for me, it's emerging, because trust me, before it got to this stage that we are able to use the AI tools now, it would have come. People have tested this and see how it's going to change. How it's going to change our working life, our our way of rethinking, our way of doing the activities that we do. Whether it's entertainment for distraction, or exercise, or writing, or reading as well. So all those things are stuff that's there, and I'm sure we would have. For me, that's been always involved in technology spaces and seeing the advance of the changes that's going on. I have always embraced it, as a way of change and to grow with it at times progresses. So it is very important that we experiment with these things. Now, as I mentioned earlier, it doesn't change much, or well, it doesn't change your core of your narrative. It doesn't change much of a personal story if you're going to use that. It doesn't change your tone, but it enhances your ability in terms of productivity. For me right now, AI helps me a lot to do some of my administrative stuff. And this previous speaker was mentioned about automation, the systems, and all of that. I really relate with that a lot, because I run a radio station that is automation. We are 24 hours, but it's not manned 24 hours. We do have, the human interaction that happens from time to time in terms of live programming, but there are still live programming that are going on that are just automated. So the system is there, it's automated, and we also run adverts those hours that people have pay for advertisement support. That's happening without anybody. The advert are still running, so the monetization part of that is happening, So everything that Emeka has been, that framework that the previous speaker Emeka did demonstrated, really captures the way we are configured as a radio station, as a modern radio station, to be able to utilize the digital transformation, and for us, even creating content now is how AI enhances our ability to be able to create that. So experiment with different AI-driven tools, whether it is for content creation, audience analysis, all of that. Learn from those results, and it helps a lot to enhance that. And going to think about what is AI, I'm sure all of you will know. It basically you're asking the opinion of so many different people, because the information that is in AI is put by human beings, it's put by people like me and you. So it's asking other people of their ideas of what you want to do, what you want to achieve, and how that contribute now to enhance your own thinking, your own thought, your own maybe curiosity, how you manage that. So it's all of those things. So it's really another tool to embrace, and you can hear of different objections from different quarters, but it is no technology tool is there to create harm. It's more there to create opportunities. It's made there to every technology tool is to create opportunity, is to make things easier for each person, as long as you embrace it and you want to use it, and you learn how to use it properly. In terms of how personal brands and your personality, that should not be driven. I know, because I know that it's very, the point I'm about to make is probably a very controversial in the way, if you are a consumer of social media, you probably would see that the technology advantage or dividend of technology for a different demographic of people, or they use it differently, in terms of how they abuse it, but that's what it is. It's human nature. The people that you give them anything, they'll abuse it. There are people that drive cars on the road, they drive recklessly. So those are things that are happening. There are people that even walking on the street, they walk as if they have the street on their own, or those that are even cycling. So depending what part of the world you live in, you can see a lot of even just human interactions are also, there's a lot of you have to always be careful. So it's also being careful to know how to use the road, as well as knowing how to use how to use technology. So I think that is really important. But you have to stay ethical. You have to know that if you're professional, or you're aspiring, or you're getting into your career, or you want to use a platform, or you want to create something using these technology tools that are available, you got to understand that this, what are the ethical norms within the environment that I want to operate in. So you could be developing something that is for a very new market, using AI. But when you understand the ethical language on and standards of who are the people that you want to sell, or perhaps even share your story to, or your product or services to, you have to understand where are they, what are the reasoning, how do they look like, what is the reason, what are their how would they perceive this, and what are you going to tell them in terms of persuading them to buy into your services or listen to you at all. So it's so important that you consider all these aspects as a professional. Look at how do you want to be seen, how do you want to be heard, how do you want your platform to be perceived, it's all those things. So you can be online completely. You might be using AI and also think like you perhaps not visible, or perhaps you could use AI even to kind of write content, and then if you don't put in your own personal reasoning in it, it will show very clearly, because you cannot perhaps even back it up as well. So with in terms of personal branding, in terms of and also how AI enhances that, it is all still down to you as a person, or as a service or product, or how you brand, or your organization, your company, and all of that. How you want how you want it to be seen is exactly what AI will assist you to capture. Normally, you would have been asking lots of questions around, talking to different people, maybe demonstrated into your sample of, maybe logo, for example. You will be showing people around, oh, have a look at this, tell me what you think, all that kind of stuff. It could take you ages for you to get one thing done. So by the time you even get to start off, something else is started that is probably rivaling your own initial concept. So it's so important to embrace that, because you can, as a tool where you can really kickstart your ideas, your thought, your narrative. All of that is so important. So consider, if we consider some of the influencers who use AI to like what the previous speaker was mentioning, to optimize, in terms of the content sharing and things like that. Having emails all this while we've been communicating with the organizer BPS, with the organizers, they'll be sending emails, communications, without really having anyone there physically doing all of that. So it is a really good thing. You can go away and do some things if you embrace technology. So for me, as a technology and media entrepreneur, I really think that it's very important to embrace this technology, the emergence of new technology. AI being what it is now is a very important component and assistant in the work that I do, and I think it's been really useful. Right now, where I'm sitting, I have half of the work that I've managed to get done today. I've been ably assisted by AI. Whether it's using ChatGTP or Grammarly or whatever. Uh, all of that, they've been helping me to enhance my stuff. Otherwise, I will have to previously, because I'm kind of at at the age now that, when I started my career, everything was a bit manual. Things moved to digital, and the digital has advanced so much now. So I know what it means. Like, it would have well, I know what it is like to have transitioned from all these kind of different stages in my career, in the technology space, in the media space, and I know how much it would have taken me to try and develop the sort of content that I'm developing for different, for the different work that I'm doing. So it's so important that we look at the AI as a positive thing for our own personal use, how it can assist our work, how it can assist our to portray ourselves, how it can make us sing. Because what you say, what I read from, or anyone reads from you, defines who you are. So on the final thought, I'll say we need to harness the power of AI to, elevate our brands, and also to have some strength, to give some strength to our brand. Let's AI be a tool that enhances and gives some strength, some power into your brand, so that you can you basically harness your work, you can enhance your work, you can develop very quickly, because there is just not much time this time. There's not much time in the world, because the world is moving so fast. Things are so quick these days. So because of the short time we have in a day, or to operate, to function with the demands of all the other things and the technologies that we have to play around with, and and doing other things, it's so important that you can the enhancing tools like AI is so important to help us be able to achieve or to feel fulfilled with some of the things that we do. So I'll end on that note. We can have other discussion. I'm looking forward to the other speakers and that conversation. Thank you very much.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you so much, George Ta. Guys, please give it up for George. Put that in the comments wherever you're watching from. Put that, show some love, show some appreciation. George is the founder of Jambo Radio. Jambo is a bilingual radio. In case you don't know, George is from Cameroon and he speaks several languages, including some dialects that, when we had our conversation, I've never heard before. So, George, do you want to give us a taste of, those, some of the different languages that you've been able to gather over the years?
Man, yeah. I think I have in Cameroon. Well, as a Cameroonian, I automatically speak French. By the nature of being a Cameroonian, you grow up where people, your neighbors and people that you go to school with, they speak different languages. So I speak French and I speak Pidgin. I also speak, I understand a bit of Swahili in my professional work. I've traveled a lot in Africa, so I've picked up a lot of different languages. So I speak 5 languages, for the time being.
Awesome,
so
awesome.
I don't think I have the space to get to learn more.
Okay, quickly, can you just give us one or two words from these languages you've spoken so that our audience can really feel like, okay, what does it mean or how does it sound?
I think to start with, it would be like, I know some people might be asking, what is Jambo Radio? What is Jambo? So Jambo is a Swahili word, which just means hello. So rather than call it hello radio, we say to make it something. Again, it comes down to branding. We look to make it something that's uniquely connected to culture, to the culture that are aligned with, and to the culture that we want the audience to be connected to. So that's what Jambo is. So Jambo is hello in Swahili. So if you see any Swahili or meet any Swahili speaking person, just say Jambo, and then you get a response. They probably say Jambo, or they say Jambo Mambo, or they say, yes, how are you?
Awesome.
Habari, Muzuri Sana, all that kind of, so they can say that. So, and in French, basically, you can, whatever time, and I think French is quite particular in the way because it depends on the time of the day. So, bonjour will be in the morning, as most people will know. Salut is a general way to just say I greet you, right, without putting any time frame in it, But bonsoir is kind of in the evening. Now, interestingly, you can greet somebody in the afternoon as well by saying bon après-midi. So that is a good afternoon in French. But people don't use it very much because it's just easy to say to somebody salut. Which is just salute, a greeting.
Salute. Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome stuff. Thank you so much, George. So one last question. I know that you mentioned that you use some AI tools like ChatGPT and Grammarly. Looking at the growth of Jambo Radio, what other ways do you think that you were able to integrate AI into the mix to help you accelerate the growth of Jambo Radio?
Yeah, so one of the things is which we're using, and this is quite interesting because this is a very new technology. This is a very new addition to our content, shareable content, and for us to be able to do that, because what we need to, well, in the past, what we would have had to do is to, if we record or we broadcast something, because we record everything because we have to comply with the regulator, so we record everything. So for us to be able to share content online on social media platform, we have to repurpose that content, which means somebody else now is doing that work manually. But with AI technology, we can now have that content instantly on our social media platform without anybody having to do that. So we have the system that's automatically, because you just give him some prompts, and then it can just create that content and send them directly to your social media feed without having to repurpose them, like for Instagram stories, posts, reels, Facebook stories, all of that. To post it, all of that, you would have had somebody spending a day having to do that, repurposing them for all these different platforms. But we don't have to do that now. So that's just an example of how we've been able to use AI to harness our work.
Awesome. Thank you so much, George. It's been amazing having you here. We definitely would get back to you because we would have to take this conversation. We'll continue this conversation on another platform. We are looking at there's some plans we have for 2016 and we are 2026 rather, and 2026, 2026. And we know that working with Jambo Radio would help us bring that to life and also help us expand it to other parts of Africa and the world. So George, thank you so much for coming, and we do really appreciate you. Guys, if you're just joining us, then you've missed two amazing sessions. We've had the first session, my very self, Emeka Ebeniro, taking you on the very first session, talking about becoming a digital founder and starting your journey on digital entrepreneurship, leveraging AI. And then we had George Tarr, the founder of Jambo Radio, talk about what Jambo Radio is doing and how they're leveraging AI to broadcast to the world and all the other amazing things they're doing. But that is not the end. We still have one more speaker, and then our big announcement. I've said that before, we're going to have a big announcement, but before the big announcement, we have one more speaker. But before we go on this short break, I want to use this opportunity to thank our supporters, our partners, people that have worked with us to make this conference possible. One of such is Jambo Radio, and we want to thank John Tani's team at Jambo Radio. But that's not all. We also have EasyApply.ai. If you want to get a job that would give you a visa sponsorship in the UK, then you need to hop onto EasyApply.ai. Not only go there, you need to use the code PBS, because with the code PBS, you get up to 20% off using that platform. And the interesting thing about EasyApply.ai when you use the code is not only do you search, EasyApply.ai would also help you craft a winning CV and a cover letter for that job. So you see a job that you believe that you're the right fit for it. EasyApply.ai would tailor your CV to that job and then create a cover letter for you. You can also search using the sponsorship or salary cap, depending on your choice. Now, still talking about jobs and living in the diaspora, we have Endorse.co. Endorse is a travel tech company that helps you with your global talent and EB1 visa opportunities. So if you're a special talent and you believe that you deserve to live in the UK, or you're currently in the UK and you're thinking of transitioning your visa and you're wondering how do you go about it, then you need to visit Endorse.co. With Endorse.co, you go there, you take an assessment, and then you can now move forward by either going for the EB1 opportunity or the global talent opportunity. Now, talking about opportunities and project management, we have Marketly Hub. Marketly Hub is one of the biggest platforms out there in the UK, helping professionals land solid, high-paying jobs as project managers. So if you want to become a project manager, then you need to be part of Marketly Hub, because this platform would help you, guide you on becoming a project manager that companies want to hire. That is not all. We also have other people that have supported us, like Connect Nigeria. Connect Nigeria is indeed, we call it the Google of Nigeria, one of the biggest platforms where aggregate businesses across Nigeria and Africa. They have a list of over 100 or even 200,000 businesses, and they have been doing this for the last 10, 11 years. So if you're looking for a platform that has a database of solid, rich and lasting businesses, then you need to work with Connect Nigeria. And if you're trying to target Nigerian businesses, you need to use the Connect Nigeria newsletter, because with that, they have over, if my maths is correct, if my data is correct, over 100,000 active subscribers on their newsletter platform that read it, and these are business owners. Now we also have Inside Business Africa. Inside Business Africa is a media platform that curates businesses, information, and all that on their platform. So that's another platform that you can take advantage of if you want to learn more about doing business in Africa, or you want to reach African businesses. Then you need to join Inside Business Africa. We also want to thank Seats and Ticket. Seats and Ticket have been our partners for the past 5 years, and we are really grateful to Seats and Ticket. Don't forget that the Personal Branding Summit is proudly brought to you by Trillion Digital, and this is an AI-powered marketing and AI company that helps businesses streamline their operations, increase efficiency, and generate more income. We'll be going on this short break. When we come back, we'll be having our very next speaker. So we'll be back after.
The Personal Branding Summit 2025, the rise of AI to AI is not just the future. AI is the now. Across every corner of the globe, nations like Japan, China, Saudi Arabia, the USA are seizing its power, transforming industries and revolutionizing our way of life. Africa will not be left behind. We are rising. Welcome to Africa's #1 Global Summit on Personal Branding, with the theme, The Rise of AI 2. Speaking, Otombo Vincent, Paco Mushaga, Henriette Mugisa, Ayeni Wura Ogunbola, George Ta, Emeka Ebeniro. Date, February 26 and 27. Time, 6 p.m. GMT. To register, visit pbsglobal.xyz. The Personal Branding Summit 2025, the rise of AI 2.
Welcome back. These past minutes have proved to us that this year's edition of the Personal Branding Summit is really one for the books. The last 2 speakers were excellent, however, we are not done yet. Our last speaker of the day is about to take the floor, so ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Ayeni Wura Ogunbola.
Ayeni Wura Ogunbola is a dynamic business development consultant and entrepreneur based in Birmingham, United Kingdom. Ayeni Wuraola's expertise in business has led her to successfully transform small businesses into thriving international brands. Her passion for innovation and sustainability has been a key driving factor in her successes in scaling companies into new markets, one of which was the expansion of Nutrifield Foods, an agro-processing company, into over 50 stores in Nigeria, several outlets in the UK, and export channels to the US. Ayeni Wuraola is also a non-executive director at Chekhov Finance Limited and the board committee chairperson for credit risk management. Beyond her business and financial expertise, Ayeni Wuraola, who comes from a family of farmers, entrepreneurs, and health professionals, is driven by a deep commitment to community well-being, sustainability, and global impact. This led her to establish the Nutrifield Foods to promote nutritious, sustainably produced foods, aligning with 3 Sustainable Development Goals: SDG 3, Good Health and Well-being, SDG 12, Responsible Consumption and Production, and SDG 17, Partnerships for the Goals. Ayeni Wuraola's achievements reflects her unwavering commitment to creating lasting impact, enhancing food security, supporting entrepreneurs, and building a healthier and more sustainable world. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Ayeni Wuraola Ogunbola.
The Personal Branding Summit 2025, the rise of AI 2.
Hi everyone, good evening wherever you are. I'm in the UK and I'm joining this live session today. I'm very pumped, to be honest, because I have so much to discuss with you guys. And I'm very sure that you guys cannot wait for me to speak. Thank you very much, Emeka and PDS, for this amazing session. I like to talk. This is what I like to do. I like to teach. I like to coach. Now, I'm going to go right into it because I don't want to beat around the bush and I want us to get value for our time today. The impact of AI on building businesses has not been, I don't think it's celebrated enough. I don't think it's been talked about enough. I don't think that people are aware of what it should be and how we should consistently use these things. I'll get there, but before I jump right into this, let me reintroduce myself. Yeah, you've heard a little bit about me from the intro that has been said. I'm a multiple business owner. I'm a food entrepreneur and also a management consultant, and I help people to build and I help people to build sustainable businesses across the globe. And you would ask how I'm able to manage my business from England, and I have all my businesses, head office is mostly in Nigeria. So being able to manage my business while living halfway across the world has been nothing short of, I'd like to say, the power of AI, the power of people, and the power of partnership. And we'll get right into it. Now, initially when I started my business, I became an entrepreneur very early, very, very early, as far back as 2007. At that time, I was in the beauty industry and, I didn't really think much of it at that time. Fast forward to 2016, when I started my food processing business, my food business, I knew what I wanted. And at that time, AI was not a thing. So what I wanted was a phenomenal business, a perfect finished business. I like the good stuff. I like beautiful stuff. I like to count cash. At the same time, I like to see my customers happy. I want that fulfillment for me was what kept me going and what still keeps me going, by the way. So every time I put out an order, I would do all the manual processes myself, which includes sending out text messages to customers to say order is on the way. I'll be the one to book the dispatch. I'll call the dispatch to manage the dispatch to say, oh, okay, where are you? How far away are you to the customer's house? And then it was just all of these things I was doing, time mapping everything, and then consistently calling the customers to say, your order is 5 minutes away, your order is 2 minutes away, is 1 minute away. It was very exhausting. But hello, nobody else was even doing all those things at that time. So it still made me like one step higher. Now, with the emergence of AI and all these tech tools, let me be honest, I was never one to really be fascinated or hyped about using tech tools. I'm a very traditional lady. I like the old stuff. I like antique stuff. But hello, it was the emergence of AI just changed the game. I mean, I can sit down in the corner of my house, put in some prompts, and automate my entire system from start to finish. However, I think that there's a dispute between people not understanding the use of AI and people thinking that, oh, we are going to be out of jobs, we're going to be extinct, people are going to go extinct, to the extent that I watch movies that has to do with robotics, AI generated, helps in the house and things like that, just because it fascinates me really. And to be fair, all the things I was doing back in the day when I was still doing all the processes manually was just me building my brand, building my personal brand. So as a business owner, you are looking to build a solid brand. First of all, I want us to look beyond the profits. I want us to look beyond the money. Don't get me wrong. I say this all the time. I love money. Money is my middle name. But first, impact is a thing. It is that thing that would continue to remind you of why you are in business, Money can be a reason why you're in business. Don't get me wrong as well. But I'm just saying there has to be a greater calling. Otherwise, you will get tired along the way, right? All the things I kept doing then was building my own personal brand. But you see, with what AI has come to do, it has come to open our eyes to say, you know what, you can even be more. It's not here to say, oh, I'm coming here to come out. If it's what you give to AI, it will give to you. In fact, I feel like, or I know that it gives you an improved quality of work. I hear because I'm a consultant, I hear, fellow consultants saying things like, oftentimes many people don't like to consult with people anymore because it can just easily go to AI. No problem. Will AI give you experience as well? So you really cannot take away that essence, that source from humanity. No, AI would do absolutely like a perfect finished job. But that element of the you, of the company, of your enterprise, of your business is still there, because it is your mind that you are putting into what is going to give you the result. At the same time, at the end of the day, it is a case of enhancement. It is enhancing your job. I hope if you have questions, drop it in the comment section so that we can pick it up and answer them as we go. In terms of building businesses and businesses, there's so many ways. I'm just going to touch upon two today, and I really do not want to take much of anybody's time, but I want us to go home with something today. Go home with the fact that you can do as much as you can. If I can live in the UK and run 3 businesses across Nigeria, I'll still run them in the UK as well, manning a team of over 20 staff. Trust me, there is nothing that you cannot do. With zeal, with the right mindset, with the right goals, with the right objectives, with the right spirit and the right tools, you cannot do this without tech. I see. You can do it if you want to move at snail speed. You can decide to do that. But if you want to move at the speed of light, the best bet for you right now is to get up, look at the tools that people are using, and jump on it. I tell you that for a fact. I'm a mom of 2 children at the same time. Imagine when I moved into England, I was studying at that time. I had 2 children and I had 3 businesses I was managing in Nigeria. So, and I get this question a lot. How are you able to manage or juggle all these things together? How are you able to marry everything you are doing? How are you able to talk to this person? How are you able to schedule meetings? My time is literally is like this. But I sleep like everybody else. I wake up like everyone else. I do everything else I'm supposed to do. I do my chores. I take my children to school. I have playtime with them. I sleep. Guys, and I know that it is hard to believe. However, my mind doesn't really sleep as much just because I'm some sort of a perfectionist, because how I'm able to do all these things, I always like a perfect finished job. That's why for me, AI is not everything. I mean, I still have to add some spice and some Maggi and some, ingredients that would elevate everything else and wrap it together as one. Above all, I believe that AI has come to help us. AI has come to work with us. It's like a union between husband and wife, or husband and husband, or wife and wife, depending on whatever your sexual orientation is. It's like it's a union, it's a marriage. One cannot exist without the other. When one comes in, what's this English I'm trying to remember? Anyway, you get what I mean. And that's why, because we've been able to harness the power of AI into building the businesses that we have today, and it has also helped us in helping other people build their businesses. If you look through my website, you will see that there's so many testimonials there that people who have said, oh, I've been able to achieve XYZ because I've been in contact with this person. My business has been better. Yes, has come to me. You're right. It has come to help us and make things accessible to us. It has given us an opportunity to see far beyond what our minds can even imagine. Or at the same time, it has also given us some level of rest. You have to look beyond the money, really. Thank you. I'm glad you guys are catching all this. You're catching it. I'm dropping all these gems. I'm glad. Clap for yourselves. But you get what I mean. It has for me, I believe it has welcomed us into a season of rest. Gone are the days where you would sit down for 14 hours or 24 hours trying to crack your brain about one thing or one tiny little thing. However, it doesn't take away the fact that you have to think, because yes, there is AI, yes, there's ChatGPT, yes, there is everything else. But if you don't have the right information, if you don't have the right prompts to put into these things, if you don't have the thought process, if you haven't thought about it, you haven't visualized it, you are not going to be able to put anything in there. And then what's not the point of having all these tech tools and you're not having the right navigation to put into the system to give you the results you need? So you see what I'm saying, that you cannot remove the human part of that AI. You can't plug it. It's not plug and play. You still have to do your own part. And that's why if you are at that stage, so one of the things that we do at one of our companies called the OAW Brand Consulting is we help business owners or people who genuinely want to trade. You want to be an entrepreneur, but you don't have an idea of where you want to start, what you want to do, how you want to do it. One of the things that we do, in less than 30 days, you'll be walking out with a complete business profile with a choice of business that best suits you, because we have done it over and over and over again, and we won't stop. But then we couldn't have done it without the thought process, without understanding your needs, without understanding AI and understanding how to use it. Now, people would not even be able to trust us if we haven't built the personal brand that people would see to say, oh, I want to tap into the well of knowledge of this person. I hope I'm communicating something to everyone here today. If you did not come here with anything at all, you deserve cane. Now that's just a little bit of sprinkle of an ice. But honestly, if you are just joining us today and this is like the beginning of the session for you, after this entire seminar workshop, you will go back to the beginning and go and watch it again, because you cannot afford to walk away without harnessing all the information that we have poured into this summit today. I'm happy to take questions if you are still there. Now, moving on, looking at how you can build your personal brand with AI and do everything else effortlessly. It starts with the mind. The mind is the foundation of everything. It starts with who you want to be. How do you want to see yourself? When I started because I could visualize, I could see where I wanted to go. Now, not many people are in that phase where they understand, oh, I want to get to this particular place. It's okay. Whenever you wake up is your morning. Don't be pressured. And I think that that's what is drawing many people back. You feel like, XYZ person is doing better than me. Who told you? Is it not what you are saying? If they don't package themselves well, how then are you able to see it? Do you understand what I'm trying to communicate to you today? It starts in the mind. If your mind can see it, as even the Bible says, because I'm a Christian, as far as your eyes can see, He has given it to you. Your job is to visualize it. The second thing you're going to do is put your thoughts to paper, because it is that thought that you will put into the system of whatever tech tool you want to use to generate whatever you want. It is that thing that you have thought about. How can I, as a project manager, harness the power of AI to build my personal brand? First of all, I want to put that I'm talking to now, at this particular time. It starts with the mind. What do you want to achieve? What do you want to project? How do you want people to perceive the personal brand? That is your starting point. It starts in your mind before you can then take everything that you have gotten. This is what I want. This is how I want to see it. This is where I want to go. Before you can decide whatever AI you want to go and use to develop this. I'll be happy to talk to you after this session. Please, I don't know if there is a link that has been posted. There's a free 30-minute session that you can book. You can book that call, jump on it, and I'm happy to have this conversation with you so that we can have, I want to understand what you mean and where your approach is coming from so that I can further guide you on the tools that you are going to need to use to harness everything that you need to build your personal brand. Personal branding is underestimated. Personal branding is something that has not been, you don't, everybody looks at it. So it took me time before I also realized that. And I think I mentioned it in one of the books that I wrote because I've authored 3 books. Namely, you can grab it on Amazon. You can use the link in bio. You can go to my Instagram or my website. The links to buy the books are there. Building a Great Brand, Food Manufacturing, and Recovering from a Failed Business. Because thankfully, I've been able to use the tools that I have that are accessible to me and the people that I have in my network, the community that I'm building and the community that I have built and I belong to build a better, stronger, and more lasting business. So as much as I would love and like to go on today, how do I use AI to be with how AI is now becoming a tool that can almost do anything? How can business owners who have a lot on the table not depend too much on AI? Perfect. This is an amazing question. I would suggest, first of all, just like this question is very similar to the one I saw yesterday, that someone said, how do you filter the information that you get from the internet? First off, we all know that the internet is now polluted with too much. There's information overload. Log out sometimes. Bring your mind home. Come back to who you were before AI came to life. And then think about how you can, if you think that you are overdoing, if it's doing too much, excuse me, if it's doing too much, then think about what are those things that are happening that I shouldn't be using these things for. Because truly, you can get addicted to using tech tools and AI tools, and you will not want to use your head anymore. I'm sorry, no, I don't mean it that way. I don't mean it in disrespect. I just mean that sometimes we get too complacent and too lazy to do anything or to do anything thinking or to, get by anything just because, we have tools that can do it. These tools are there to support what we are doing, not to completely do what we are doing. I've said it before when I started this thing, when I started talking. So it is you as a business owner, your job now is to filter what you are doing. At the same time, I also see because you see ABC jumping on ABC, jumping on XYZ, you think that XYZ is going to work for you because it has worked for ABC. It doesn't work that way. What works for A cannot work for B or might not work for B. So find your forte, find something, find that one that is better for you as a business owner. It's not everything you see that you jump on. There's so many tools that I see that they're super amazing. I know that if I even use them, I might not necessarily need to keep anybody on my team, but I still need the element of people in my business. So they will still be there. We will marry people and AI to deliver the best possible business that we can for individuals, for professionals, for corporate organizations, and for ourselves. I hope that answers your question. So just to wrap it up really quickly, excuse me. Just to wrap it up really quickly, I would say that whatever you choose to do, whatever line of business you choose to do, if you like, choose to become a 9-to-5er. If you like, choose to become an entrepreneur. If you like, choose to become a project manager or a data analyst or whatever. The most important thing is invest in personal branding. Create a style that works for you. AI can help you. It will not necessarily replace what you're doing. Like I said, it is what is inside that you will give to AI to help you to enhance, if that makes sense. If you can't see it, if you can't visualize it, if it is not there, what are you going to give to AI to help you to wrap, to solidify, to cook, to marinate? It's not going to work. I hope I've been able to touch one or two pointers today and to help you, Hi, Emeka.
Also,
I'm not giving people so much stress today, but I feel like they needed to hear it. They needed to hear it, really.
Also, awesome stuff. You're spot on. If you don't have anything inside of you, you can't. There's nothing you can give
There's
AI.
nothing you can give AI.
I'm big on, guys. I'm big on AI. I'm an AI specialist. That's why we've been able to put this conference together where we can merge AI and human and make it so seamless. However, if there was no plan, if there was no script, if there was no scope or idea, this would not come to life. People would just be wondering, how did you do all this? It's because we had a vision inside of us and we needed ways to interpret it, combining humans and AI to give you the best experience. And that's what we've done. So thank you so much, Wura, for what you shared. But before you go, I have this question because you kind of like touched on it. You mentioned that you help people, pretty much start up or create a business structure. And then should I use the word integrate or inject that into them? So can you give us a little bit overview of that and how AI is helping you tailor the right business to the right individual?
Okay, so first things first, we have, even if an individual doesn't have a business idea, our job is to think for the customer, right? So we do the thinking and then we map out the process or whatever we think is right before we then look for the tools that can help us to now develop those things that we have put to paper. Like we have more, it's like a mind map sort of thing. And then we help them to bring it to life.
Fantastic. I love that.
Even we're currently doing something in the UK that we help you to build your business. It's a 90 days program. It's called the Business Process Reengineering Program, either for a service or a product base, right? We help you in 90 days, we help you to to develop a business, and we can help you to guide you through the right path to sponsorship. We're not doing this. How do I explain this in layman terms? We would help you to build a business that you can use to support or sponsor yourself in the UK.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
That's great. That's great. So guys, you heard that. If you are thinking of starting a business that can lead you to your residency in the UK, then Wura is your plug. We are going to be sharing all these details in the newsletter, and we're going to be sending out the feedback. We'll be sharing the feedback form. So guys, please click on the links, fill the feedback form. We would like to hear from you how we can make this better. And we're going to share all the information from all the speakers, Wura, George, Tambo, Henriette, everyone, Paco, including myself. We'll be sharing all the resources with you so that you can get access to these resources and then make the right decision. So Wura, thank you so much. We're definitely going to reach out to you again because we believe that there should be a part 2 where we go deeper, maybe possibly a workshop or a masterclass. 20 minutes was not enough.
It wasn't enough, but
we know that you were able to. Okay, I think let me see if we still have some questions here. So guys, if you have questions for Wura, please put it there. Oh yeah, people are saying yes. We learned a lot. Thank you so much. Thank you, Wura. You have a lot of fans here. See them all.
Hi guys.
All showing love and everything. Thank you so much, Wura. Thank you so much. Awesome stuff. So Wura, thank you. We definitely will get across to you so that we can have a part 2 of this. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Wura. So guys, we are just about to wrap up. This has been an amazing journey for us so far. We want to thank Wura. We want to thank George and everyone. But guys, don't go yet. We still have the big announcement. Remember, I said it. At the end of this, we have a big announcement for you. So please take advantage of this. So just give us a few more minutes. We will be giving you that big announcement. But before the big announcement, we're going to short break. And when we come back, I will be revealing that to you. So let's go on the short break.
AI is not just the future. AI is the now. Across every corner of the globe, nations like Japan, China, Saudi Arabia, the USA are seizing its power, transforming industries and revolutionizing our way of life. Africa will not be left behind. We are rising. Welcome to Africa's #1 Global Summit on Personal Branding with the theme, The Rise of AI 2. Speaking, Otombo Vincent, Paco Mushaga, Henriette Mugisa, Ayeni Wura Ogunbola, George Ta, Emeka Ebeniro. Date, February 26 and 27. Time, 6 p.m. GMT. To register, visit pbsglobal.xyz. The Personal Branding Summit 2025, The Rise of AI 2. The Personal Branding Summit 2025, The Rise of AI 2.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It has been a wonderful time.
The Personal Branding Summit 2025, The Rise of AI 2.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It has been a wonderful time. The past 2 days have been really insightful. We've had speakers from Kenya, Cameroon, Botswana, Uganda, and Nigeria, but we'll be expanding our reach next year. I'll leave that for Emeka to elaborate on. But before I go, I want to thank our supporters, Indoors, Talent Expat, Jambo Radio, Aziaplay AI, Connect Nigeria, Inside Business Africa, and Markeli Hub. I also want to thank our wonderful team, Sunfanmi Lasisi, Angelo Oliwa Sobagan, Lonra Koliola, Toboloba Peter, and Otait Kaita Elizabeth, who alongside Emeka brought the summit to life. Thank you guys so much. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a wonderful night. My name is Andilaim Fo and I'll be bowing out from here. Good night. Over to you, Emeka.
Thank you so much, Underline 4, and thank you to everyone that has been part of this year's summit. This has been Africa's #1 Global Summit on Personal Branding, and I really want to thank each and every one of you. I have an announcement to make, but before that, I just want to read out some of the things I have written out so I don't miss out on anything. We want to thank everyone that has been part of this journey. You've joined us from 2021 to 2022, 23, 2024, and now 2025. It's been 5 amazing years of putting this together. We really want to thank our speakers, Otombo Vincent, Henriette Paula Mugiza, Paco Mushaga, myself, Emeka Ebeniro, George Ta, and Ayeni Wura Ogunbola. We also want to thank, in case you don't know, we have the Personal Branding Summit has regional experts or regional leaders. One of such is Mengo Sherastin. Mengo is one of our regional leaders in the Eastern region, and also Faith Fetaru. These two amazing individuals made this year's summit go seamlessly. They were the ones that were able to help us get in contact with some of the speakers and make this possible. So we salute Mengo Sherastin and also Faith Fetaru for all their relentless effort to ensure that this conference is a reality and we keep taking Africa to the next level and rewriting the narrative we have of our beautiful continent and our beautiful people. Not only that, I still have it here. Yes, we also want to thank all our supporters. That's EasyApply.ai, Marketly Hub, Endorse, Inside Business Africa, Connect Nigeria. And we also want to thank Bully Recovery and Advocacy. We want to thank Seat and Ticket. And we want to thank the team behind Trillion Digital that has brought this possible. And you, our guests that you've been watching for the past 2 days, being with us, spending this precious time with us, please would like to hear from you. The feedback form is there. We will share it in the course of the email. We'll also put it there in the links. Please click on it and give us feedback on how we can improve the conference and all the other things that we can do. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel. If you're watching this or you're watching the replay, please subscribe to the channel. There's so much resources that we have. I still have one more thing to share. And yes, I think I have covered everything. I just wanted to make sure that I cover everything. So I want to thank Mengo Sharastin, Faith Fetaru, and everyone that has made this possible. I want to thank my amazing team. I want to thank my family for allowing me put this conference together. They've been so gracious, working behind the scenes, helping with my camera, with the lights, supporting me, ensuring that everything runs smoothly and I'm in the right frame of mind to make sure this conference is well put together. So I want to thank my beautiful wife and my 2 amazing children for also supporting me on this journey. And they were just telling me that, oh, Dad, we're watching your conference. Thank you so much, guys. I love you. I love you. I love you. But before I go, I have the big announcement, which I had mentioned earlier. For 5 years, we've been doing this, making it focusing on Africa, highlighting the beautiful parts of Africa and sharing Africa to the world. And in 2026, we are taking it even bigger because the Personal Branding Summit in 2026 is not just going to be Africa's #1 global summit, but it's going to be your #1 global summit on personal branding. And what are we doing? We're taking Personal Branding Summit to the world. So the 6th edition, 6.0, the 2026 edition of the personal branding will be focused on the global market. We are moving from Africa to the world. So if you're a speaker, a coach, a consultant, a thought leader, someone that believes that you have something to share with the world and you like to work with us, you like to be on this platform, you like to speak or contribute or partner with us so that we can take this amazing conference that is so insightful and impactful to the world, we would like to work with you. So we're putting it out there right now. If you know anyone in your region, if you're in Asia, Africa, Europe, South America, wherever you are, Australia, wherever you are in the world, and you know someone or you are the one we need to connect with, please reach out to us on all our platforms. Reply the emails, follow me on LinkedIn. Reach out to me so that my team and I can work with you, and then we will make 2026 even more memorable. We have moved from Africa's #1 global summit on personal branding to the #1 global summit on personal branding, and 2026 is going to be truly amazing. Trust me, this is just the beginning. We are not stopping. We are only getting better. So guys, thank you so much for being with us on this journey. We are truly, truly excited and grateful for all that you have done. Don't forget, please share your feedback. We want to take this to the next level. We want to get better. All the resources and for those digital founders out there that would like to learn how to become better at your digital entrepreneurship journey, build the right system so that you can grow. And this is not about you quitting your 9 to 5. And no. There's a lot you can share with the world, and there are different ways and systems you can use. Even while you love your job, there are other ways that you can use and tools you can use to monetize, to create systems, to build your community, or to join a thriving community. And the Digital Founder community is one community you can join, and starting with the newsletter where you get all the information and be part of the community so that you can grow. We'll be sharing the links as well so that you can be part of it. I want to thank you once again for this opportunity to be a blessing to you and for you spending your time with us. Until 2026, February 2026, I still remain your humble host, your boy, in partnership with all the AI tools, tricks we have done this year. I want to thank Kimbili, my co-host for day one, and I want to thank Andeline, my co-host for day two. But before I go, if you're out there and you're wondering, Emeka, I love this conference. I want to learn more about how I can build my brand authority using live events, then you need to get in contact with us, because we want to put together a masterclass, a workshop for you so that you can learn all the tools, all the things my team and I put together to bring this conference to life. And this is not the first one. We've been doing this for the past 4 years, and we've even done for other businesses and other organizations. And I currently do that in Scotland. I'm one of those that help in putting events together. So if it's something that you're interested in, please get in contact with us. We'd love to help you bring your vision to life. That has been me. My name is Emeka Ebenio, and I always say it's not how much you know, it's how much you show. So go out there and show the world what you are made of. God bless you, and I'll see you in 2026. Bye.
The Personal Branding Summit 2025, the rise of AI 2. The Personal Branding Summit 2025, the rise of AI 2.